Hello my dear students, today we are going to start with the new chapter of geometry, 9th standard, and the new chapter basically has lots of basics to be cleared, concepts to be cleared. My dear students, 9th standard is really very extremely important actually, and we have to be very strong with our basics, especially when it comes to maths, of course also with physics, science as whole, grammar also, lots of things. We can't ignore anything in 9th standard. And to start with the chapter, that is the first chapter in the geometry part, we can say lines and angles. This really makes a good basics for you. See, when it comes to this chapter and the first exercise of the chapter, we have to understand not less than 3 types of angles. There are definitely more type of angles will be followed by, but at present I think there are mainly, one is vertically opposite angles. We normally write VOA is vertically opposite angles. This is one type of angle. The other one is adjacent angles. And the one more very important is linear pair of angles. Each one has its own property, each one has its own form needed. See my dear students, when it comes to geometry and when it comes to theorems in geometry or properties, any property that you are going to use, any property. What is a theorem? You must be knowing by now because you have used Pythagoras theorem a number of times. So Pythagoras theorem is a theorem. Similarly, there are some properties. Basically, we can say complementary angles have a property. Sum of the complementary angle is 90 degree. Then supplementary angle is a property. Like this, there are many properties also. But what I want to make you understand is that any theorem or any property, basically first it requires something to be satisfied. They don't just come into action. A figure has to be satisfying some conditions. Only then that theorem or that property will be applicable. See, for example, Pythagoras theorem, you have used it nicely by now. Pythagoras theorem also needs something to be satisfied. And what is that to be satisfied? Pythagoras theorem is applicable only in right angle triangle. It is applicable only in right angle triangle. If right angle triangle is there, only then Pythagoras theorem is applicable. That means the condition for Pythagoras theorem to be applicable is that the triangle that you are going to use, first of all, it is going to be a triangle. You can't use it in anywhere otherwise. You need a triangle over there, and the triangle has to be a right angle triangle. So one thing is that a condition is need to be satisfied. Once the condition is satisfied, then you will call the theorem. Means you will have to say that by Pythagoras theorem an equation will be generated. This is another. Are you getting my dear? Try to understand. Huge part of geometry resides on these, what do I say, on this concept. Whenever you are understanding any new theorem, whenever you are understanding any new property, you have to understand, first of all, what are the conditions in which the property will be applicable. What are the conditions in which the property will be applicable? In those conditions, in the given condition, you will have to call this property. I am using this property, I am using this theorem. And after you use the property, or you apply the property, or you apply the theorem, an equation will be generated. You should be knowing what is going to be the equation that is going to be formed. Only when you are able to do these things, then we can say that you have understood that theorem or you have understood that property. Similarly, when you are going to use these properties or these concepts, definitely they will be requiring a condition to be satisfied. Once the condition is satisfied and you are going to use vertically opposite angle theorem, then an equation will be generated. Similarly, adjacent angles also will be requiring some property, so will be requiring some condition to be satisfied. Once that condition is satisfied, only then you will be able to apply that property of adjacent angles, and when you apply the property of adjacent angles, an equation will be generated. See, these three things will keep on happening. Same will be happening with linear angles in linear pair or linear pair of angles, angles in linear pair, whatever you call it. So let us start with vertically opposite angles. Okay, see my dear students, when you go to understand vertically opposite angles, first thing, the condition is what? Vertically opposite angles are formed only when two straight lines intersect each other. Okay, that means when a line is like this and a line is like this, they are straight lines. They are straight lines. Only then vertically opposite angles will be formed. So supposing I have got this as x, y. This is one straight line, and the other one is p, q. This is another straight line, and they are intersecting at a point. I say A. Okay, I say O. Now you know that x, y, and p, q are straight lines. Because they are straight lines, that's why vertically opposite angles will be formed. This is the condition. Why I am telling you, sometimes what happens, you have a line like this and you have a line like this. See, if you see, this is not a straight line. This is, maybe this is, I tried to draw a straight line over here. Okay, I tried to draw a straight line over, so I say that this is a straight line, but this definitely is not a straight line. This should have gone like this. Now there are intersecting segments over there. Here vertically opposite angles will not be formed. Here you can't use the property of vertically opposite angles. Both the lines have to be straight lines. One line is a straight, another one is not. That is not the condition for applying vertically opposite angles property. Are you getting my point, my dear students? So here, when I talk about this figure, definitely I can apply vertically opposite angles property because x, y, and p, q are straight lines intersecting at point O. So in this case, first point condition is satisfied, is done. Now we will be applying vertically opposite angles property. Fine. What will happen? See here. Vertically opposite angles are what? See, they are vertically opposite. Means one, how do I show? They will be something like that. Means, see, you see that greater than sign and less than sign. This is opening like this and the other one is opening like this. Okay, so this is one angle and this is one angle. One is facing in that side like this, the other one is facing exactly opposite side like this. These both are vertically opposite angles. Okay, so in this case, what are they? Where are they? See, this is one angle and this is another. So these both angles are vertically opposite to each other. What are the names of these angles? Now you have to be very careful, my dear students. Most of the students have confusion in taking the name of the angles. See, the vertex of the angle. This is the vertex of the angle. This should be in the middle. If supposing it is like this, angle A, B, C. I will have to tell this, the name of this angle is angle A, B, C. It can also be angle C, B, A. I can name it like this also, C, B, A, or I can name it A, B, C. Anyway, but B has to be in the middle. Both are same angles and both are right way of naming them. I can't take B anywhere else. When I am talking about this vertex has to be in middle of the other two. Are you getting my point? So here when I talk about this angle, the vertex is O. The name of this angle, which is opening like that, will be angle XOP, and the vertically opposite angle of this angle will be on this side. Again, the vertex is over here, right? If I hold it like this, if I think it like this, imagine it like this, then angle, this is the vertex, angle QOY. You can definitely tell angle YOQ, no problem. But O has to be in middle. You can't change the place of O. You can't change the place of vertex. So these two are vertically opposite angles, and equation generated will be angle, this angle, angle XOP is congruent to angle QOY. This is the equation generated. How to use the equation? What are you going to do with the equation? That you will understand. That is a later stage. At present, you understand, first of all, is the condition satisfied? Is the condition enough to apply vertically opposite angles theorem? Once you find the condition is sufficient, then you apply vertical opposite angles theorem, and then you see what is the equation. The equation always has to be angle congruent to angle. This is the form of the equation. This is how the equation of vertically opposite angles is. Whenever vertically opposite angles are formed, whenever two straight lines intersect each other at a point, whenever two straight lines intersect each other at a point, whenever two straight lines intersect each other at a point, vertically opposite angles formed are congruent to each other. See, as I am telling that this is there, one formed. Can we say this also is, see, if you hold this sign like this, even then it is the same sign. You just change its orientation. It is like this, you change it to like this. And similarly, if I change the orientation of this down, so it will be like this. That means what? Both the sides vertically opposite angles are formed. This and these are vertically opposite angles. At the same time, this and this also are vertically opposite angles. So these two will be congruent to each other. At the same time, these two will be congruent to each other. So we have taken this angle XOP is congruent to angle QOY. Now if I talk about this, what is the name of this angle? Vertex is here. Angle XOQ. Angle XOQ will be congruent to, this is the other one, vertically opposite angle of this is this one. Vertex is O, POY, angle POY. These are the two pair of vertically opposite angles that will be formed whenever two lines are intersecting each other. The equation is like that. Remember, you can't change the combination of the angles. This angle will be congruent to this angle only, and this angle will be congruent to this angle only. You can't exchange them. Okay, my dear students. So this is vertically opposite angles. If you want, we can take one more example, but of course the orientation is not going to make a big difference. See here, this is, supposing I say this is as P, Q, R, S, this is O. So in this case, vertically opposite, of course again they have told angle P, this PR is a straight line, SQ is a straight line intersecting at point O. Then again we will have this angle, angle POS will be congruent to which angle? You'll have to tell over here. So angle POS will be congruent to this angle. This angle will be congruent to this angle. What is the name of this angle? Angle QOR. Angle QOR. Similarly, the other pair is this one. What is the name of this angle? Angle POQ. Angle POQ will be congruent to angle SOR. Reason for this will be vertically opposite angles are congruent. Okay, this is how, of course we have a nice theorem also which we have to prove. See, proving the theorem is a different aspect. It is a different world. This is the application of the theorem. We are knowing that whenever two lines intersect each other, vertically opposite angles formed are congruent to each other. This is we know, and then we are going to solve the questions, problems that are provided to us. Okay. There is a separate question where actually you have to prove this. Theorems in geometry are supposed to be proven. You have to prove that whenever two lines intersect each other, vertically opposite angles formed are congruent. Show me. You are claiming it. But on what basis are you claiming it? On what basis are you telling that every time these angles will be congruent to each other, every time these two angles will be congruent to each other? If this is 60 degree, this also will be 60 degree. If this is 120 degree, this also is going to be 120 degree. Why? Show me that. That is, you are going to prove the theorem. That is a different type of question. But when you are going to solve questions, you are going to solve the problems that are given to you. At that time, you just have to use that theorem. Use a theorem means you will be getting this equations. So let us now stick to the vertically opposite angles topic. The vertically opposite angles topic is what? The condition is what? Whenever two straight lines are intersecting each other, at that time you will have this equation getting formed over there. This equation will be getting formed over there. Okay, my dear students. So next topic is very good, adjacent angles. All these are very, very, very important topics. They are basics of geometry. Adjacent angle. Now, when are these? Adjacent means basically we can say in our normal way, neighbors. Neighbors. See, when I talk about a student who is sitting adjacent to you, that means when I'm talking about a student who is sitting beside you, who is a neighbor of yours. Are you getting? Similarly, if I tell who is staying adjacent to you, that means who is staying just beside you. Another word, if I tell, is opposite. Opposite is something else. Opposite is not your neighbor. Opposite is not your beside you. Opposite is something who is right in front of you. So that is a different position I am talking about. So right now we are dealing with adjacent. We are not dealing with opposite. Adjacent is your perfect neighbor, your perfect beside angle. The adjacent angles, see how they look. One angle will be like this, the other angle will be this, like this. So this angle and this angle are adjacent angles. Are you getting, my dear students? See, basically this angle, see, we have a name, we are like this. When I want to label this angle, I normally make this type of mark. This is the mark of this angle. This angle and this angle. We have to make different marks because we don't know whether they are having the same measurement or not. If the possibility is that they are having the different measurements, then we will have to make different labels for them. So I marked it with a single line over here and I marked it with a double line over here. Okay, my dear students. So this is really disturbing. I forgot to pull my mobile on silent mode. Sorry. So these are the requirements. Just a minute, my dear students. That is gone. So coming back to the topic. So these two are adjacent angles. Okay. Now there can be a variety. First of all, understand these two are adjacent angles. Now what happens? This is A, this is B, and this is C. Try to understand, my dear students. When I talk adjacent angles, who are adjacent angles? In total here in this combination, how many angles are there? There is angle AOB, there is angle AOC, there is angle BOC. If you will go in direction, then there are these three angles are present over here. Any other combination, basically you will be only changing the order. COA is nothing but this only, COA. AOC, COA are both same. COB are basically nothing but BOC. As long as O is in middle and BC are the same, they are going to be same angles. Are these all adjacent to each other? No. Remember that. See, my dear students, if there is a house and there is another house, if there are, supposing if there is Satish and Munna staying in this house, and there is Arif staying in this house, can I say Satish and Munna are neighbors of each other? No. Satish and Munna are staying in the same house. They will never be the neighbors of each other. Neighbors are Satish and Arif are neighbors. Munna and Arif are neighbors. Are you getting? So in this case also, if you will consider angle AOC and angle BOC, see, angle BOC is inside angle AOC. Similarly like this, Munna is inside this house, Satish is inside this house. So angle BOC is inside angle AOC. Angle AOB is also inside angle AOC. I can't say Satish is neighbor of this house. No, Satish is inside this house. He will never be the neighbor of this house. Munna is inside this house. He will never be neighbor of that house. Okay, they can be neighbors of this house. Okay, so like this it is. So angle BOC cannot be the neighbor of angle AOC because they are, angle BOC is inside angle AOC. Similarly, angle AOB will not be adjacent to angle AOC because angle AOB is inside angle AOC. But definitely angle AOB and angle BOC are adjacent angles. Angle AOB and angle BOC are adjacent angles. They are neighbors of each other. I can't say angle AOB and angle AOC are adjacent angles. No, they are not. Angle AOB and angle AOC cannot be. Why? You can see angle AOB is inside angle AOC. Similarly, I cannot say angle BOC and angle AOC are adjacent angles. No, they are not adjacent angles. Okay, because angle BOC is inside angle AOC. Another method is there which normally teachers use to, it is a technical method. I will right now just stick to this method, whether you have understood this. We will not try to complicate it. Okay. See, when you consider this, two angles, angle AOB and angle BOC, only these are adjacent angles because they are neighbors of each other. See, if you consider angle AOB and angle BOC, angle AOB, listen to my dear student, this is really very important. I know it can be slightly boring and all, but it is really very important. I am giving you one more look to this adjacent angles. See, angle AOB, when you talk to angle AOB, what are the two arms of angle AOB? Two arms of angle AOB, one arm is AO, the other arm is BO, right? These are the two arms of angle AOB. One arm OA, the other arm OB. Okay, are the two arms of angle AOB. What are the two arms of angle BOC? If you consider angle BOC, one arm is OB, the other arm is OC. Right? These two arms OA and OB make angle AOB. Right? These two arms OB and OC make angle BOC. Do they have any arm in common? See, OB is present over here, OB is also present over here. Two arms, two angles, they should have one arm in common, and that common arm should be between the other two arms. Means this is OB is the common arm, OB is the common arm, and this common arm is between the other two arms, AO and OC, OA and OC. Then these two angles are adjacent angles. This is one more way of understanding it. See now, if I talk about angle AOC and angle BOC, angle AOC and angle BOC, angle AOC and angle BOC, angle AOC का arm is angle OA and OC, right? AOC, AOC, OA and OC, OA and OC. BOC का is OB and OC, OB and OC. The common arm is which one? OC, OC. But this common arm OC is not between the other two arms. It is on one side, right? So these two are not adjacent angles. This is one more way of understanding. But my dear students, stick to this basic method of understanding. It is very simple, because many times you can't keep on tracking things like that. Okay, A, B, C, O. The best way is what? Angle AOB, angle AOB. Go in this fashion, angle AOB, then go forward, angle BOC, angle BOC. Just go on continuing. Angle AOB, AOB, angle BOC, this. They are adjacent angles. There should not be any overlapping. See, if I consider another angle, my dear students, those who have understood, they may find it boring because I am just continuing chewing that topic again and again. But there can be some students who have not got the idea clearly. I want to make their thoughts as clear as possible. So my dear students, now here, see what I am doing. Angle AOB and angle BOC, they are going in continuity like this. But consider angle AOC and angle BOC. See, angle AOC will be this, AOC is this, from here to here, AOC, from this arm till this arm. And what is angle BOC? BOC, from this arm till this arm. There is an overlap. Can you see there is an overlap? These two are not adjacent angles because there is an overlap. It should be in continuous process. There should not be any gap also. How and where the gap can be, I will show you. But first, right now you understand this adjacent. But remember what I am telling. There should not be any overlapping and there should not be any gap. Then they are adjacent angles. They should be in continuity. So once you have decided this, that there is no overlapping, there is no gap in between the markings of the angles, then they are adjacent angles. Now what is the equation of the adjacent angles? Adjacent angle is this one, angle AOB. The other adjacent angle is angle BOC, angle BOC. When you add the two adjacent angles, when you add, see, angle AOB plus angle BOC, if you add the two, see, this is that mark getting created. And what is this mark? This is the mark of angle AOC. You will get angle AOC. This is the equation of adjacent angles. Vertically opposite angle ka equation is angle, means I am talking about the type. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. The vertically opposite angles ka equation is of this type. And adjacent angles ka equation is of type some angle, one angle plus another angle will give you third angle. This will be the type of adjacent angles. Let us do in something more. We will require good amount of practice for this. See here, now I am taking something more. Okay, this is again P, Q, R, S. I'll take one more, T. See my dear students, now you will come to know See, if I say angle POQ and angle ROS, are they adjacent angles? If I have to say, if I have to make this, if I have to understand this, angle POQ, angle ROS, are they adjacent angles? Now say angle POQ. PO is one arm and OQ is another arm, right? I'll always trace the arms. POQ, PO, OQ, PO, OQ. This is the angle. PO, OQ. So the marking you will make is POQ. This is the angle. What is the other angle? ROS. ROS. The ROS. So the marking is this. There is a gap in between? No. E now chalbe. Whenever there is an overlapping, whenever there is a gap, that means they are not adjacent angles. I cannot claim them as adjacent angles, and that's why the property of adjacent angles will not be applicable over here. I cannot use the property of adjacent angles over here. Chalo, let's go to the next topic. Can I say this angle ROS and I consider angle SOT? See, SOT, right? Angle ROS and angle SOT. Now, are they continuous? ROS, SOT. Yes, they are continuous. And if I add this, the marking becomes like this. This marking is of which angle? Angle ROT. That means I can use adjacent angle property. Angle ROS plus angle SOT will be equal to the full angle ROT. Angle ROT. This is the equation of adjacent angles over here. Okay. Now can I take one more thing? I require some other color for your people to understand. I hope this is another color. That's the problem. See, now I will ask you all people to consider angle POR and angle ROT. This is something funny. See, POR. I hope you all are able to guess it. Draw the diagram on your book. Pause the video. First of all, pause the video and draw this diagram in your book. Once you have done this, then label this angle POR. According to you, what should be the label of angle POR? Label it. Okay. Pause the video and label it. Once you have labeled it, also label angle ROT. What should be the label of angle ROT according to you? Okay. I hope you all are doing that. I am going to solve it. You should be able to pause the video if you are taking more time for that. So once you have labeled angle POR and angle ROT, first of all, are you getting label? Label. Now decide, are they adjacent angles? Are they adjacent angles? Yes or no? Write for your own self. Okay. Now I hope you all have done that. And now try to frame the equation if they are adjacent angles. Then, no, but actually when we are not sure, then how can we frame the equation? When we are not sure, we can't frame the equation. So now coming back to this topic, angle POR. When I label this angle POR, POR, so my label will be here like this, red mark. This is POR. And what about angle ROT? ROT here. You should always have some difference. This is angle ROT. So is there any gap between the two markings or any overlapping among the markings? No, there is nothing of that sort. So definitely angle POR and angle ROT are adjacent angles. So label is done. You just see whether your labeling is rightly done. If your labeling is rightly done, then you have done one step better. Now, if you have written that yes, they are adjacent angles, then you are doing better. If you have done no, then also don't worry, you are learning. Okay. So this is done. I hope now you will be able to understand. Once you have done it, then you see the markings, how they are being done, then you understand in a better way. So this is done, adjacent angles. Now frame some angle plus second angle will be equal to what angle? Pause this and write your answer over here. Okay, so what will be the equation now? Angle POR plus angle ROT, angle ROT. See, POR ROT, the full angle is going to be this, from here to here, complete means this ray till this ray. What is this angle? Angle POT, angle POT. This is something funny. Normally we don't do in this fashion, but you have to understand. This is basically called as reflex angle. See, usually what happens when we label angle A, B, C, so this is basically the angle ABC. And what is the reflex of this angle? If you travel from here, this is the reflex angle. The other corner, other side, if you go to measure, then that is called as the reflex angle. Okay. So like this it is, my dear students. I hope you all are getting this. Adjacent angles. Okay. This is how the adjacent angles are understood. Now comes the next one, is the angles in linear pair. Angles in linear pair. Okay. Or we can also say linear pairs of angles. See, the condition for linear pairs of angles is definitely adjacent angles ka sub conditions satisfied. Sub conditions, all the conditions needed for adjacent angles. What are the conditions needed for adjacent angles according to our language? When you label one angle and you label another angle, and the labeling is in continuity, not having any gap, not having any overlapping, then these two angles are adjacent angles. This condition has to be satisfied. Something more is needed. See, if this is there, if this is there, fine, this is A, B, C. Oh, angle AOB, of course, this is angle AOB, plus angle BOC will be angle AOC. Right? These two are definitely, forget about the equation. First of all, are they adjacent or not there? Are they not adjacent? Yes. Who are adjacent angles? Angle AOB and angle BOC are adjacent angles. But when you frame these angles, how are they behaving? They are just forming angle AOC. Come on, now let us see for the next one. See, this is again A, this is B, this is C. Again see, angle AOB is this and angle BOC is this. Right? See, I am marking AOB. Try to understand the marking. AOB. AO ka marking is this. Angle AOB ka marking is this. Angle BOC marking is this. They are in continuity. Right? After they form into continuity, the angle that is formed is a straight line. If the angle that is formed after continuity, after adding, is a straight line, then they are angles in linear pair. See, rest all conditions have to be same. Adjacent angle conditions, angles in linear pair condition are whatever are the conditions of angles in linear pair. No, angles in adjacent pair. Adjacent angles. Whatever are the condition of adjacent angles have to be satisfied in angles in linear pair, and they have to be something more. What is something more? After adding the two angles, the angle formed has to be a straight line. See, so here they are adjacent angles. This will be angle AOB, this angle AOB plus angle BOC, angle BOC will be equal to what? Will be equal to full angle AOC. This is the equation for adjacent angles. And same, if they are forming a straight line, then what it will be? Angle AOB, plus angle BOC will be equal to 180 degree, because this is angle AOC and angle AOC straight line ka angle is angle 180 degree. If you see the D protector, if you see your D, this angle here, if it is a straight line, this angle if you measure like this, it is 90 degree over here, it is 90 degree over here. When the total angle you take, it will be 180 degree. This measurement is always 180 degree. The total straight angle is always 180 degree. Okay, my dear students. So this is the angles in linear pair. And adjacent angles and angles in linear pair measure means all the conditions of adjacent angles have to be satisfied in angles in linear pair. There should be no overlapping. Let us go into somewhat detail. See, supposing if I have got, that is not necessary, it is not at all necessary. Adjacent angles have to be only 2 angles. 3, 4 angles also can make adjacent angles. 3, 4 angles also can make angles in linear pair. Okay. So supposing if I have got like this, 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 like this, like this. Okay. This again now A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. See, now if I say angle, now come on, you have to do this. Angle AOC, angle COE, angle EOF are the adjacent angles. Come on, see. Draw this. Pause the video. First of all, pause the video. Draw this. Draw this. Pause the video. Okay. Okay. Once you have drawn the video, drawn the figure. Once you have drawn the figure, now tell me, angle AOC, angle COE, angle EOF, are they adjacent angles? First identify them. So if you consider this, you will have to label them first. If I go to label them, so label them. Chalo, label angle AOC, label angle COE, label angle EOF. Okay. Now I label angle AOC. AO and OC is this. So this is the angle. See whether your labeling is going right. Angle COE. COE is this ray, arm CO, and OE is this. CO and OE. So this name I label like this. Fine. Angle EOF. EOF is this. Can you see, is there any continuity from here to here? Okay, from here to here. Okay, then from here to, yes, there is no breaking in between. So the total angle will be, what will be the name of this total angle? Write down the name of the total angle over here. What will be the name of the total angle according to you? Yes, it will be what? So yes, definitely they are adjacent angles, and when I go to add these angles, I can write this as angle AOC plus angle COE plus angle EOF is equal to, because they are adjacent angle, they are going to have some total angle. Total angle is from here to here, right? From here to here. What is this arm? OA, OF, angle AOF. This will be your equation of adjacent angles. The adjacent angles can be any way. Now consider this one more I am telling. Angle AOD, angle BOE, angle EOG. Are they adjacent angles? Shall I make? Label. First label this angle AOD, label angle BOE, label angle EOG. Okay, fine. And then dash angle plus dash angle plus dash angle is equal to dash. What are they going to be? Pause the video, label everything, write everything. Okay, so let's proceed. Angle AOD, angle AOD, the label will be this one, angle AOD, this will be the label. Angle BOE, BO is here, BOE, BOE, this is the label. Fine. Here I should have done like this. Oh, angle BOE is here. This is angle AOD, this is angle BOE, and angle EOG. Angle EOG is here. EOG. EOG. See now, if you'll see from here to here, and then you have to come back. This is an overlap. From here there is a continuity, no problem. This angle BOE and angle EOG are adjacent angles, but AOD and angle BOE and angle EOG, that's why they will not be adjacent angles, because there is an overlap over here. You can see this. So they are not adjacent angles, and because they are not adjacent angles, the question of applying the property of adjacent angles is not possible. Okay, of course, definitely here we can say angle BOE and angle EOG are adjacent angle. If you consider this angle BOE and angle BOE, only this much, plus angle EOG will be equal to what? Because they are BOE EOG, right? BOE EOG, right? Here this will be totally what? This. What is the name of this angle? Starting from here, the name of this arm is, this is OB, here OG, right? See, the properly you have to see the marking. OB, OG. So this will be angle BOG, angle BOG. Here it will be possible to apply. Okay. Now going forward, one step ahead. See, if I consider angle AOC, angle COE, angle EOG, angle HOI. Fine. Are they making a straight line? See whether they are. Label them. Label. If you want, you can make a new figure, new diagram. Label them and then decide whether they are all angles in linear pair. Are they all angles in linear pair? If you want, I will make a diagram for you all people. One more diagram. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Label this, my dear students. See whether you are able to label this. What all things you are going to label this? Sorry, I don't need this anymore. Angle AOC, angle COE, angle EOG, angle HOI. See, angle AOC, if I go to label, angle AOC. One arm is angle AO, other one is OC. This is going to be my label. Angle COE, angle COE. Yes, definitely it is coming like this. COE. Can you make out? CO, and from OE here, this arm, so it has to come like this. Angle EOG, angle EO is definitely continuing from here. OG up to here. And this will be the another. Fine. And then angle HOI. H is over here. HO is here. OI is here. This is there. Now, are they angles in linear pair? Definitely no, because there is a gap over here. They are not angles in linear pair. Of course, if they would have been like this, angle AOC, angle COE, angle EOG, and what do you want in between? Angle GOH, angle HOI. GOH also would have been there, supposing this. Then they would have been angles in linear pair, and then I could have written angle AOC. See this, angle AOC plus angle COE, this. All in continuity, no overlapping, no gap. Angle EOG, this, angle EOG. GOH plus angle HOI is equal to what? Now, because they are going to form a complete straight line, I'll get is equal to 180 degree, because it is nothing but angle AOI, which is a straight line. Okay, my dear student, so this is how, see, we have understood vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angle, the equation that will be always of the format angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Of course, they have to be opposite angles. Okay, the equation will be of this sort. No plus sign, no minus sign, nothing. Adjacent angles will be of the form one angle plus second angle. Of course, you should see that these two angles are satisfying the property of calling adjacent angles. They should have, the markings of these two angles should be in continuity. Only then angle 1 plus angle 2 will give you angle 3. Remember this I am telling angle 1, angle 2, there can be angle 3, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to angle 5. It can be any time possible, not necessary that they have to be only two angles. That is adjacent angles. And then we understood angles in linear pair. Angles in linear pair will be always angle 1, of course, in continuity with angle 2. When they are going continuous, then they form a straight line, and that's why it will be always equal to 180 degree. Angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. So this is the concept that I have done, my dear students. Now what I want you all people to do is that I am posting an exercise, a problem to you all people. You have to solve that problem, my dear students, and post it in the group. Let me see how many of you all have understood this concept. Only if you have understood this, there is some point in solving the exercise. Otherwise, no. Okay, my dear students, thank you. See you all soon. Stay home, stay happy, stay safe. Love you all, my dear students. Bye bye.